keeping safe. Hope you guys are well. Hope you're keeping a social distance. You're sanitizing. You are wearing your mask because COVID is real. It's a real pandemic. So let's take care of ourselves. Let's stay safe for our sake and for our families. My name is Engena. I hope you guys are well. This is my 5-year journey in Godfidence. I learned the word Godfidence recently. Apparently, it is confidence while you walk with God. In short, it's just, walking with God and walking with Christ. So many of you know me from things like HR Fridays, House of Ruby, blah, 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 all this stuff. And none of you has actually gotten to listen to my spiritual journey with God and my spiritual walk with God. So I'm just here to share 5 stories for 5 days, for 5 minutes, because on 1st September, Christ and I are celebrating our anniversary. So if you call me and my phones are off, just know I'm with my lover. It's been crazy. It's been an amazing journey. It's been a crazy, funny journey. It's been I can't even get the words to describe what it has been. But I figured, let me share just a couple of stories. 5 minutes are not enough. 5 stories are not enough. But I pray that you may be blessed from these 5 stories that I'm going to share. Number 1, before I even tell you any of the stories going forward, they will be showing, every day on this platform where you are for 5 days up until the anniversary. But I figured I should tell you first, what was the before meets after? What is the before situation? How did I find myself in an entanglement, so to speak, with Christ Jesus? Now, I'm not one of those people who, were in church and stuff was tight. I was depressed. I woke up and then they sang a worship song and I raised my hands and I'm like, oh Jesus, come. Not that those who have gone through those situations, it's bad. But mine was different. I was okay. I was kawa. I didn't have problems. All was well. All was amazing. I had a religion with God, but I didn't have a relationship with God really. I knew him. I knew where to find him. I knew what he was about. I knew he had the Bible. I knew all that, but I didn't know him personally. So one random time I'm driving along Northern Bypass with my cousin, and he's seated in the car and we're having a random conversation about nothing. And then, like a veil just went off my face, like literally. I can't explain it, but it was like a veil went off my face. And in the moment I knew, I could see the love of God for me, and I could see the wrath of God for me. And this happened in like a split second. If we go to Northern Bypass, I can actually show you the spot where this happened. It happened on 31st August 2015. And at that point, nothing around me changed. My environment didn't change. Nothing changed. But I knew that something on the inside of me had changed. So we continued doing what we were doing with my cousin and I went back home. And at that time, I slept knowing that something on the inside of me had changed. And that speaks to the authenticity of a relationship with Christ. He doesn't change you on the outside, but he changes you on the inside. So at that point, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know, what do I do? Do I go and pay tithe? Do I take offering? Do I sacrifice the cow? What do I do? I didn't know. And I remember calling 3 of my friends. I called a friend of mine in the US who's, born again, and I explained to her what had happened, and she was like celebrating. She's like, oh, thank God, what? We're so happy for you, etc. I was like, happy for what? Like me, I just saw A and B and I had to choose. I called another friend of mine as well who didn't really understand what happened, but she's really my friend, so she's like, okay, let's see where this goes, etc. But the third person I called, by the way, is the one who amused me the most, because when I called her, she laughed and filled those ends, and she's like, Engena, you and your katemba, your kajanja, now what is this that you've started? But because I knew that something on the inside had changed, I knew that I had a decision to make. So I actually continued doing what I was doing, and I went back home and I slept knowing that on 1st September, I have to choose, do I go on the side of the wrath or I go on the side of the love? And God being that perfect gentleman that he is, he gave me 24 hours to make the decision. And on 1st September 2020, because of the decision I made, I will be celebrating 5 years. So my time is almost up. Like I told you, these are going to be 5 minutes per day for the next 5 days. So if you want to hear more stories and the build up from what happened after 31st August 2015 to 1st September, stay tuned. Come here, same time tomorrow, and see what happens.